Speaking of Yoshinobu Yamamoto, let's head inside and hear from him. He's speaking with the media.
Yoshi, when you look at this outing, it seemed like the home runs really are what got to you. Of course, the couple hits late in your outing, but those home runs in specific, what were you seeing in those three at-bats and how they were able to get to you?
今日3本のホームラン、このホームランに関して、どういうふうに思われてますか？
まず、全体的に、ボールは、いいボールが、投げれてる、球が多かったかなと思いますけど、ホームランの、ボールは、長打になってしまうようなところに、失投したのを、うまく打たれました。
So overall, I think I was throwing pretty good pitches, and then except the three pitches, I mislocated, and then where was easy for them to hammer.
With how you started this game, that first inning has proven to be a little bit more challenging to start this year. But with your efficiency, how you used your entire pitch mix, what was the focus for you in your first inning of work today?
I'm sorry, what was the first part?
In the first inning.
In the first inning.
Focus was being efficient, but also using his full pitch mix to get good results.
今日初回からすごい効果的に効率的に投げれたと思うんですけども、初回こうって何を考えて投げてましたか？
いつも今年特に、初回の失点が多かったので、そこは一つ自分の中で、課題としてよく、練習中も考えながらやってましたけど、今日はとにかく自信を持って、これまでの、初回に失点したことだったり、いつもはより意識して上がるようにしてましたけど、今日は逆に、とにかく自信を持って、上がるようにして、結果うまくいったので、また分析して、次につなげたいと思います。
Because this year, I tended to give up runs in the first inning early in the game. So during the practice, because I was focusing on that issue and to fix it, make adjustment, and then today, because I was able to go up there with a certain level of confidence. So in that sense, I think the first inning was good.
The drought is over for Shohei Ohtani. Went deep for the first time since April 26, but the Dodgers fall to the Giants for the second straight night. 6-2 is your final. In your moment of the game, Jerry, Shohei Ohtani finally going deep.
Love the fact that he's on time. May got started early, which is great, and goes the other way. Stay square, head down on contact, and that's what we love to see. Keeping those shoulders square, those hands will fire naturally, and he's got light tower power.
See, kind of a bit of relief there for Ohtani as he hits his 7th home run of the season. A little bit of the silent treatment in the dugout as well. Nomer, what did you see in that at-bat?
Well, it was a better swing, and it's like me being Captain Obvious. So, of course it was. No more hit a home run. No, but it was because he stayed on it. But we're going to go access 360 and not just break down his home run, but his base hits that he had today, his 2 hits that he had, and that was the one in his first at-bat that also a bit of a relief. You're down, you're behind 1-2. Kind of put the ball in play, kind of rolled over, which he has been doing, but it ends up finding the hole, and that can give you a whole lot of confidence. And here he is now. It's a 2-1 count. This ball ended up being off the plate, and he was extending his arms but staying backing up and driving at. And yeah, you got to give Ice Cube credit because he was in the booth cheering him on. But watch as we have another look at this pitch, where it started, but where it ended up, it was off the plate. But he was able to keep that shoulder in longer. The hips can still turn, but we still had that shoulder in long enough, head down on it, extended the arms, and he is so strong, he can drive it out of any part of the park, but really a good sign when you're driving it to left center.
7 on the year for Shohei Ohtani. Unfortunately, the Dodgers fall to the Giants 6-2. Let's go back inside the clubhouse and hear from Kyle Tucker with Kirsten and the media.
Kyle, before we talk about the offense as a whole, for you personally, does it feel like you've kind of found the consistency you've been looking for with the swing, especially when you look at just the numbers you're having this month?
I mean, personally, my feel for my swing isn't where I want it to be necessarily. I've just kind of had some good swings at certain times with good results. with some extra base hits right there. But overall, like, it's fine. Just want to try and get it more consistent every single at bat and try and backspin balls and drive balls to the outfield a little bit better.
You look at what this offense is doing right now. I mean, there are times you guys are creating opportunities, but unable to get the big swing. How do you kind of put toward what you're seeing from this group right now and how you guys are trying to kind of get over this hump?
Yeah, I think we've had some pretty good opportunities. We just haven't, capitalized on it. Like, I mean, tonight we had, a couple times that, we had either bases loaded or multiple guys on where we either, got one run or no runs. So if we were able to, get a nice knock there or make something happen, the game might have turned out differently. Same thing with, past games, but it's kind of just on us just trying to be a little bit better on trying to get those runs in when we can, because it's not easy with the pitching that you face in this league. So whenever you have opportunities like that, you need to capitalize on it.
Dodgers lose their fourth in a row, 6-2 the final. Let's head inside and hear from Dave Roberts with the media.
Tonight, I just felt that, I think Yoshinobu a little bit ran out of gas right there in that sixth inning. And then seventh inning? Seventh inning. And, feel like Blake, they did a safety squeeze and then kind of a toughish play for Freddie. And, if he'd have come up with it clean, we might have had a shot, to get the runner there. Then we get the fly out and then has count leverage on, Lee. And then, unfortunately, he gives up a double. And so, right there's 3 runs. So it's just unfortunate when you're not just kind of putting up crooked numbers to kind of, it's just hard when, the margin is thin. And right now it's just been thin and it's hard for the bullpen to be perfect every night. It just really is. So I don't know if they feel pressure to be perfect, which if that's the case, that's just kind of tough, way to go about it. They still got to go out there and, do their jobs, but, they're trying to be as good as they possibly can be.
The offense tonight's felt like a similar theme as yesterday, just in regard to you did have some opportunities to really make, whether a tie game or can even give yourself, just put yourself in a better position. What is just missing in those key at-bats when you are looking to bring runners in, if you're trying to kind of make a more impact in the game?
In the first inning, I thought it was really promising. I thought Will had a great at-bat. Lee makes a great play over his shoulder, which really could have been the difference in the game. And instead of giving up, 3 runs and still 1 out, it's 2 outs and then, giving up 1 run. So that was a really game-changing play. I think that, I think in total, when you don't get a whole lot of opportunities and you don't cash in on the couple that you do get, you don't score a lot of runs. And so, today, I think, in that first inning and then in the 8th inning, I think it was, where, Max strikes out on a borderline pitch, then they get out of that inning. And so it's just, we just don't give ourselves, we haven't given ourselves as many opportunities as we're used to.
Like the bigger problem, especially lately, just the lack of opportunities you guys have generated versus the situational at-bats?
Yeah, because I think that, when you're really not slugging or you're not, throwing out double-digit hits a night, then the opportunities are few and far between. And so that's where it's like, our margins, even on the offensive side, are just more finite. You get a guy on second base to lead off an inning, and you got to get him to third, and then you've got to get that point across, and we're just not doing that, on top of not slugging and not creating a bunch of traffic and stress. So, the guys are busting their tails. The hitting guys are trying to figure out, different ways to connect with guys. And, tonight I felt Shohei had a really good night. I thought, Tuck is starting to come to life in this last few weeks. And so Freddie's been better, which is good to see over the last couple weeks. And so then you get some other guys that kind of have a couple bad days. So it's just kind of just trying to sync it all up.
Shohei hit tomorrow?
Shohei's not going to hit tomorrow.